Are you not sure if your baby needs to burp? Or maybe even how to burp your baby best? Here are some tricks to help. Hello, I'm Dr. Nancy Silva, mom and pediatrician in Wesley Chapel, Florida. And this is baby Amelia, and she's going to be our guide today. First of all, every baby will need to burp most of the time. Every baby swallows air every time they're either breastfeeding or bottle feeding, especially if they've been crying and really hungry. While they're crying and hungry, they're just screaming, crying, and they swallow the air in the intake, and then they cry some more. So burping really is helpful, but you may not get a burp every single time. Second of all, some babies need to be burped more frequently and some babies less frequently. Some babies more vigorously, some babies more relaxed. Why is that? Because every baby swallows a different amount of air every time they're feeding and every time they're crying. Think about it. Every cry is not exactly the same. It's not as desperate, and they're not going to be swallowing as much air. I'm going to show you some positions with baby Amelia's help, who is always in a state of sleepiness, as you can see. And so first mode, easiest mode, is, and you always want to make sure you're holding your baby's head, like basically by the base of the head. So over the shoulder, and you're just going to, what I usually do is I don't slap, I cup. So it's just a cupped hand, just like that. It actually causes more of a vibration effect as opposed to a painful hitting effect. So you cup the hand and you just burp. Now, some babies just need it very mildly, some babies more vigorously. Now you notice I'm not just doing this. The trick is with the wrist. So you just kind of flick that wrist and you help the baby burp. That's one method. Another method is sitting up. So again, you're always going to be holding that baby. Either you're going to hold the baby by the jaw or you're going to hold the baby by the base of the neck, because babies don't have that neck support. It really starts kicking in around 2 months old. And by 4 months old, if they're a healthy baby without any complications, they should have that neck strength. But until then, you've got to hold them. So what I usually say is I will have them sit on my lap, or you can do it on the bed. Doesn't much matter. But in this case, it's my lap. So you're going to hold the baby by the jaw, tilt them forward, and again, cupping your hand, okay? And some babies will need just a gentle, now you notice the head kind of bobbles a little. That's why you're holding it firmly, and you're holding that whole jaw almost to the ear, and you're just going to burp. Now, I do this in the office for some of the babies that I see, and moms and dads get shocked, but then all of a sudden they get a big, and they're like, wow, you mean that actually worked? Because one of the big complaints I get is my baby doesn't burp, and then they're filled with gas and tummy pain, and then they fart, and what do I do to stop it? So anyway, that's the second method. Third method is you're holding them by the jaw. So you want to hold them by the jaw, grab them by their butt, and usually the baby, that means you're actually holding their chest and their jaw. And you're going to put them over your lap, put the arms over. It's a doll, so it's a little bit difficult, but you're holding that jaw all the time. And so when they're longer babies, these legs go across and over, otherwise they can just dangle. And they're super relaxed. And again, cupping the hand, and you just go ahead and burp them. And that's it. So usually burping can be after a feed. Sometimes you can see they're a little bit uncomfortable. Also, sometimes you can want to wake them up because they've fallen asleep at your breast or fallen asleep at the bottle. And so you might want to do it in the middle of the feed once or twice. Totally up to you, and it's between you and your baby. You got to learn your baby. Don't worry if your baby isn't going to burp every time. It's not necessary. You will notice certain times that that baby is really just sucking well. You'll just see, like the cheeks go in and you'll hear gulp. You just like gulp, gulp, gulp. And you're going to know they have such a good seal, they probably won't need to burp. And in those situations, I mean, you're burping for like 15 seconds maybe. I've had parents do it. We do it for minutes. If it's not going to come up, it's not going to come up. Another little quick tip is you can actually massage their tummy a little bit. So you can do that in a seating position, and you can just gently, just doing this, gently massage them a bit, and then you can go back to burping. This is always my favorite position, by the way, for when they're newborns. And you can then go back, always lean them against you so you're protecting them. And then again, you tilt them back and you just rub that belly. And sometimes that helps the gases move around. I hope you found this helpful. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I also happen to have some free guides and some trainings. Some of them are Mindful Mom 101, Fever Tips 101, and my recent training is Pediatrician Fever Fix, so you can not worry about when to worry or when to go to the ER and when to call your doctor, or if you can just stay at home and relax with a mild fever. And you can find my website, drsilvakidsgrow.com. You can go to the shop area and you can click on free guides or trainings. Until the next time, be kind to yourself. Bye-bye.